Hello and welcome to Jandy Talks. Today we're going to be doing a Yeah Nah review on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Yeah Nah is a series I want to start where I review video games. I talk about the positives, I talk about the negatives, I go over every aspect of the game, and I ultimately decide if it's worth your money or not. Then I rank the game on a yeah nah scale. Yeah nah meaning bad, nah yeah meaning good. And today we're doing Modern Warfare 3. This is the 21st installment in the Call of Duty series if you don't include the Warzone games. I was a huge fan of Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. I thought they were both great games in their own aspects. They had their issues. The campaigns were amazing in both games. The multiplayer was pretty good on both, pretty solid. Third game mode sucked on both of them. Anyway, we're not talking about those games. We're talking about Modern Warfare 3. I heard rumors that it was very similar to Modern Warfare 2, and I already owned Modern Warfare 2, so why would I need the other one? I had no intention of getting this game. I heard so much negative stuff about this game. It was meant to be DLC, and then they decided to release it as a full price game. Because of all the bad rumors, I decided I wasn't going to buy the game. However, through game sharing with a friend who bought the game, I gave it a try, and I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by it. My expectations were as low as they could be, but I was really surprised by this game. So today we're going to be doing a yeah nah review on it. Let's get right into it. Alright, I feel like there's no better place to start with this game than the campaign. And where do I start with this campaign? I'm someone who loves my Call of Duty stories. The original Modern Warfare trilogy is one of my favorite stories in all of video games. I was playing the campaigns before I even discovered multiplayer, and I love my COD campaigns. But this one really missed the mark. This is honestly probably the worst Call of Duty campaign to date. Not to get into spoilers, I'm going to keep it very minor spoiler. Of course, it stars Task Force 141. There's a new threat. If you've played the original trilogy or you've played Modern Warfare 2 of this trilogy, you would know that the threat is Makarov. Yeah, it kicks off pretty much how you'd expect it to. It's a very safe story. It's a pretty good story throughout most of it, and then at the end, it gets really underwhelming. You know it's going to end in a very underwhelming way, and it sucks to see because I really enjoyed this story, but the ending really brought it down for me. There was a big event at the end of the game, which I thought they executed pretty well. However, the story overall really got brought down by its ending. Now let's talk about the gameplay. I fucking hated this game. This Call of Duty was obviously rushed. They obviously had to pump it out. The game was meant to be DLC, so they probably weren't even planning on making a traditional campaign. And you can really tell, out of all the missions in the game, these are the ones I like. There's a certain theme with these missions. Not all of them, but there's a certain theme that has the traditional campaign missions, and it has these new open combat missions, which put you in a little environment. They put you in the level, and you work your way to your objective through Warzone mechanics, like finding weapons, finding armor, finding equipment, gear, all that. You can take them on however you want, and that sounds cool. It sounds like a special ops mission, which is the problem. There shouldn't be special ops missions in the campaign. The way they were pulled off was so shit. This campaign did not do it well. It did not do these missions any justice. For starters, there's like no checkpoints in these missions. I know the point of it is so you can drop in with different equipment and try it in a different, try a different way of approaching it. But when you're playing the game on veteran and you die at the end, you don't have fun playing it again. And that's a problem I had with this game. This definitely is a skill issue, but it's something I found with this game that I didn't find with any previous COD games. Playing it through veteran, I died more times on this campaign than any other COD campaign. And I mean, fair enough if it was just pure difficulty, it was just a hard game, I needed to find better approaches to obstacles, but it wasn't that, it was just pure tedious. It felt like the game's difficulty just came from the fact that it was annoying to play. It sucks because some of the missions were really enjoyable, and then they would have these sections, these gunfights where you'd be in this area where there's no cover at all. No cover, you peek your head out 1 second, you die, and there are obstacles in your environment that really stop you. Like there's this one mission where you're gunning through an arena and there's a bunch of civilians running around. And if you hit a civilian, you obviously fail the mission. However, there's so many civilians and there's also smoke around the enemies, you can't make out what you're shooting. And I failed this mission too many times because I kept accidentally hitting a civilian. And there's this other mission. You're in this silo and there's this gas rising and you got to make your way to the top. But there's a point you get to right at the end of the mission where you're stuck there for a bit and above you there's enemies shooting at you. And that's fine. I mean, it's a pretty cool, tense combat mission. But playing it on veteran and you get to the top and there's zero cover up there and there's enemies shooting you, it's near impossible. It felt like so many of these missions were just trial and error. Like I was trialing my way through the whole campaign. And don't get me wrong, there were some amazing missions in this campaign. But out of these open combat missions, missions, there were only one or two that I liked. The rest of them just sucked, and I couldn't wait for them to be over. The actual campaign missions were pretty solid, most of them. My favorite missions in this game were the first mission and the last mission, which says a lot about the game. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this campaign. I did not enjoy it at all. I thought there was some really awesome story beats. I feel like they left it open for the sake of Warzone and the season stories. That's fine and all. I hope this game has an awesome story throughout the seasons. I hope it pays off. Playing through the campaign expecting it to be the ending of the trilogy, like the original, it didn't live up to the hype for me. I mean, there was no hype around it. It didn't live up to what I wanted from it. And I know it's not trying to be the original trilogy, but in a sense it does have to live up to it. This game really missed the mark, especially when you consider the previous two Modern Warfare games. Modern Warfare 2019 and 2022. Both of those campaigns were excellent story-wise, mission creativity-wise. I mean, the second one had you hanging upside down in a helicopter, dodging traffic, shooting enemies upside down. There were lots of crazy missions. There was that alone mission, pretty much sneaking around, finding armor, finding weapons. The first game had the open house mission. So creative, some of the missions in these games. The Piccadilly mission in the first game was insane. Probably one of my favorite campaign missions ever. The previous games had all these crazy story beats and all these missions that tie into gameplay so much. I feel like that's what this game was missing. The story was cool, but with the missions being so weak, it brought the story down a lot. Also, side note, the infamous mission of this game, if you know, you know, was executed so well. I genuinely loved it. I was scared watching it. I thought the way they handled that was really well executed in this game. This could have been great. I mean, the trilogy's been great so far, and then this game ruined it. It ruined it for me, really. Alright, let's move on from the campaign and let's get into the meat and potatoes of a COD game, the multiplayer. This is a pretty safe Call of Duty multiplayer. I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it a lot. It doesn't really add much. It's very similar to Modern Warfare 2 in terms of gameplay. There's a few little changes, like there's the tactical stance with your gun, and there's your like gear and your gloves in the creator class, which serve as the perks for this game. Stuff like that. It's not like anything huge. The pop-ups when you get XP and calling cards are sick. And that is little tangent here, little point I want to add. I judge COD multiplayers off of how cool the pop-ups are when you level up and when you get calling cards. That matters so much to the vibe of the game. And this game did it right. I felt like this game really, it feels rewarding when you play it. Problem I had with Modern Warfare 2019, it always felt underwhelming to level up and unlock stuff. All these like challenges with the prestiges and all that, it really felt boring. Yeah, I feel like Modern Warfare 2 kind of suffered a bit. It was a bit better. It didn't feel as rewarding. I want to see text light up on screen when I get a kill, when I get XP, when I destroy a claymore. I want to see, I want to see flashes. And this game does it right. I'm really happy to see it. And let's get into the map selection. This game is very similar to Modern Warfare 2 in many ways, but I feel like it beats Modern Warfare 2 solely off map selection. This game has 16 maps. They are remasters of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps, which was a big red flag for me at first, but playing the game, I think it's the best option they could have made. My issue with Modern Warfare 2 2022 was that the maps felt boring. They felt too big. For a COD multiplayer, they suck. They were weirdly laid out. They didn't have the traditional COD layout. Yeah, there were only a couple good maps on that game that weren't remasters. I mean, most of the time I was playing Shipment and Shoot House. When you have a game that's got a bunch of new content and a couple like throwbacks and nostalgia throwbacks, and people only play the throwbacks, that really shows the point that your series is at. And the fact that they just honed into that in this game and decided to make it only remakes, I think it was a smart move. It was safe, but it was a smart move. And it's good for old fans and new fans. Old fans can re-experience their favorite maps considering how big Modern Warfare 2 was, and the new fans can play these maps for the first time. I've been playing COD for a while. I've been playing since Black Ops 1 came out, but I missed Modern Warfare 2 and I never went back to it. So for me, all these maps are new besides like Terminal and Rust, but a lot of these maps are new to me. Yeah, getting to experience these for the first time in like an active COD game during its season, it's awesome to see. They're all really great maps, and there's not one I really dislike, to be honest. And that's what really matters about a COD multiplayer. You should have a lot of... It doesn't matter how good the gameplay is. If the maps suck, the game sucks. This was a safe bet for them to make, but I think it was a good one. I think it was a good move to make. Of course, the game is already riddled with microtransactions and, you know, custom operators and all that, and it's like not that bad anymore. I think we've gotten used to it. We're a bit fatigued about complaining about it. Plus 21 Savage is in the game, and that's cool. But yeah, I mean, overall, I don't have a whole lot to say about this multiplayer. I'm really enjoying it. The creator class system is what you'd expect. The score streaks are what you'd expect. The progression's what you'd expect. Pretty run-of-the-mill COD. Now, let's get into the third mode of this game, the brand new Zombies experience. I myself am a huge COD Zombies nerd. Memorized the story, memorized all the Easter eggs. I have too many hours in Black Ops Zombies, and I really enjoyed Cold War Zombies. Through the rumors that turned out to be true, this game is very similar to Outbreak from Cold War, mixed with DMZ from Modern Warfare 2. And at first, I didn't know what to expect from that. I had no idea if it'd even be good. I had no idea if I'd enjoy it or not. I watched a bit of gameplay, and I was like, looks okay. Looks like something you'd play twice and get over. And I gotta say, I was very surprised by it, and pleasantly surprised. I really enjoy this game mode. I think this is a really solid Zombies experience so far. I was a fan of Outbreak from Cold War. Of course, I'm bigger on my round-based Zombies. You know, I have too many hours in round-based. It's my favorite game of all time. And this game, even though it's very different, it's something new and unique. I feel like it's a very solid new experience. I think a lot of people could be into this, to be honest. I think a lot of people should give it a try, be open-minded with it. It's really solid. Let's talk about the new system with the strike team and the objectives. So the first map in this game is Operation Deadbolt, and it has a set of missions that have 3 acts, which act as the story Easter egg quest of this game. And I think that's a safe move to make. I mean, I love my Easter eggs. I've memorized all the COD Zombies Easter eggs, but I don't mind the easier ones. Like Cold War Easter eggs were pretty easy. World War II Zombies would straight up tell you what to do. It's a really fun experience to have the missions there. It serves well for both the old fans and the new fans who don't want to hunt for 5 rocks around the map and click a pedestal at the right second and stuff like that. People who just want to jump in, see they have an objective to find a key card in a stronghold and go find that key card. It makes for a way more laid back Zombies experience, something you can just chuck on with your friends and just have a good time, not have to think too much. Just shoot zombies, do objectives, exfil. And speaking of, let's get into the systems of this game mode. So there's a map that is around Warzone sized. On this map, there will be 3 tier sections. You start off in the outer of the map, which is the tier 1, the easy mode. Then you build your way in to the tier 2, and right in the middle of the map is the tier 3 hard mode zone. And pretty much you drop in like it's DMZ, you complete objectives, you find items, you find better gear, better weapons, perks, pack-a-punch, stuff like that. And you start completing objectives, find better stuff. When you're ready to exfil, you exfil. You leave with the stuff that you exfil with. You keep it in your inventory, and you can drop in another game with it. It's awesome. It's something that we've always wanted to see in Zombies. Like, you know, playing back in the day, back in Black Ops 1, thinking, oh my god, I want an open world Zombies map that has other players in it, and, you know, you find all this cool stuff and all that. This is what we've been saying, and it's the same thing I felt with Revelations, where we were all saying, I want a Zombies map that has every Zombies map in it. Then we got it and everyone was upset about it. And now the same thing's happening with this. We finally got a game mode that we've been saying we wanted, and now people don't like it that it's here. And I think this game mode deserves to have a chance. So far I've been having a lot of fun on it. I haven't completed the missions yet, but I am excited to keep playing through it and finish the quest. So there's the 3 acts. Each one will have like simple objectives like, you know, get kills with energy mine, get kills with an alternate ammo type. And then towards the end they become more story based, like find this person, interrogate this person, stuff like that. And I haven't gotten too far into it yet. I'm still in Act 1. I've just been playing around with a mate. We'll just jump in, just complete some objectives, get some XP. But I'm excited to keep playing through the story and see where it goes. And overall, I think this game mode's pretty solid so far. I'm hoping that we get way more content in it. I'm hoping that, you know, that it's supported. Maybe we get new maps. Maybe they branch out, do round-based at some point with the same kind of formula as this game. Who knows? Maybe they'll do like an MW3 survival. They'll give us some multiplayer maps that are zombie round-based. You go to a computer computer to buy gear, and this is actually a cool game mode. Treyarch hire me. Yeah, I'm real excited to see what they do with it. And the co-op features of this game mode. You jump in with a squad of up to 3 players, and there's other squads running around. It's not hostile at all. There's other squads running around, and you can help them out with objectives. You can revive them when they're down. You can squad up with them, help them exfil with them. You can just jump on their helicopter and leave with them. They do all the work. It's cool. It's cool to see. I would like to see a more PvP version of this. Maybe even something like Grief. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they can do with this. It's something they were experimenting with in Cold War, but they didn't go too overboard with it in Cold War. It was just more Outbreak, these Outbreak game modes, this survival mode where you gotta find food to heal and all that. And I feel like in a game mode like Modern Warfare Zombies, there's so much potential when it comes to just silly game mode stuff to just have fun. Like I said, Grief, maybe even Turned could work cool with that. Maybe even just a hostile version where you can just kill other squads and they gotta attack you and all that. Maybe even like you play as mercenaries or something. I don't know. There's a lot they could do, and I'm really excited to see what they do. Overall, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2023, it's a safe Call of Duty game. It doesn't do anything too different, especially when it comes to the multiplayer. They play it safe, but they play it well. They know what works. They've tried to branch out and try other stuff that doesn't work, so they stick to what they know works. However, the campaign drags it down a lot for me. I would have gave this game a much higher rating, but the campaign kind of ruined it for me. The zombies is an awesome experience, and it's my highlight of this game. I'd say if anyone's going to pick it up for anything, it should be the zombies. Multiplayer is enjoyable as fuck. I'm really enjoying it, don't get me wrong. But the zombies is pretty unique, and I think everyone should give it a chance. It's something that old school zombie fans can get into. It's something new school fans can get into. It's something multiplayer Warzone fans can get into. And it's quite enjoyable. It even ties into the campaign a bit. So if you're into your story, if you want to get the full story of this trilogy, zombies will tie into it a bit. Overall, I'm feeling a bit of a nah yeah on this. It's not too high up. I'd probably give it about a 65-70%, but it is a nah yeah. Would I buy this game at full price? No, I wouldn't buy it at full price. I'd wait till it drops a bit. Right now it's retailing for about 120 Australian dollars. I don't know what that is in US. I think it's like 80, 90. It's around 90, I believe. I'm gonna put prices on screen anyway. And I think this game should be purchased at around 80 Aussie dollars or maybe 60 US. I'm putting that on screen as well. It's a great game, don't get me wrong. I mean, if it retailed for 80, 85 Aussie, it would be so worth it. But I think that, the inflation price with video games and this game being as much as it is, 120 something dollars, it's a bit of a how you going for me. It's a bit of an ask. But otherwise, it's an enjoyable game. I mean, you're going to sink a lot of hours into it, especially for multiplayer. This game also brings back all the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, so you can continue your Orion grind in Modern Warfare 3. And they're also usable in zombies, with both the Modern Warfare 2 set of guns and the MW3 set of guns having their own zombie mastery camos. So that means that there are 4 mastery camo grinds in this game, which is crazy, but you best believe I'm going for all of them. But yeah, that's my review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Let me know if you love the game. Let me know if you hate it. Let me know how you feel about the zombies. Let me know your thoughts about the campaign. Try to keep it spoiler free in the comments. Let me know what you want to see in the future from me. Let me know if you want more videos like this, me reviewing video games, then on the nah yeah scale. Please subscribe, like the video, all that fun stuff. I appreciate all the engagement. Thank you all. I'll see you all soon. Peace out.